Thank you very much. So it's very interesting that most of the countries in South Asia, especially Pakistan, have recorded a very high rate of inflation. So there is no incentive to save because if you have 100,000 rupees today, it will buy certain asset. But if you keep it for 1 year, then the value will depreciate by maybe 10 or 12%. So next year you will need 112,000 rupees to buy the same asset. So it has been a big dilemma, and that is one reason that the saving rate in Pakistan is actually much lower compared to what we have seen in regional markets like India and Bangladesh. I'm not sure about Sri Lanka number, but in India and Bangladesh, it has been about 25 to 30%, but in Pakistan, it's only 14%. But I think, again, through the education, we have been able to convince the investors that instead of just keeping the money in a bank account, and somebody mentioned that the banks enjoy very high spreads, and actually the cost of funding is 4% compared to the inflation of 11 to 12% in Pakistan, which has historically been the case. So what we have been able to do is to again educate the investors that if you want to beat the inflation, you have to invest your money. You can't keep it idle, and you can't keep it in a bank account because in the bank account, if you earn even 2% or 3%, it is 6 to 7% below the inflation rate. So actually, you are losing money every year. And I think initially we had this stock funds only in Pakistan, and obviously the stock market has been quite volatile in Pakistan, as has been the case in other markets as well. But when we brought in the concept of money market fund and income funds, where there is a stable rate of return, and even the capital preservation funds, where which take a lower level of risk, but they guarantee that the principal is secure. So we have seen the tremendous growth in the size of the mutual fund industry. And one thing which is, I know it has done very well in India and to some extent in Pakistan as well, but not so much in Pakistan as in India, is the systematic investment plans. So, because if you we have to educate the customers about the investors about the benefit of compounding, and one important thing which has actually worked in favor of the mutual fund industry is the voluntary pension scheme of the government, which is actually the pension fund scheme which are run by the private sector. But there's an incentive that if people invest in that voluntary pension scheme and they keep their money for 25 years, or they withdraw it only at the age of 60, uh, there's a huge tax credit they get every year for their investment in the fund. So I think two or three things in terms of education and in terms of the ecosystem. One is obviously the systematic investment plan, where if you invest for 15, 20, 25 years, then the value grows and the wealth grows tremendously. And also the concept of the pension scheme, which gives you a tax credit. Every year you invest in the pension scheme, and you can invest up to 20% of your taxable income, and that can actually save you a huge amount of taxes every year. So these are the two or three initiatives I think which has worked in our favor, and this can be easily replicated in other markets as well to convert the savings into investments. Thank you.
म्यूचुअल फंड्स में सरमायाकारी के नताइज मार्केट के हालात पर मुनसर हैं। सरमायाकारी की पॉलिसियों और रिस्क को बखूबी समझने के लिए ऑफरिंग दस्तावेजात का मुताला कीजिए।